to math. Today we're going to go over some pet store challenge questions. So we've been working on this pet store activity today in math class. And one of the things in the picture was this really cool image of these pet dog balls so they could play. So I'm going to share my screen with you and show you the picture. Here we go. Let's see. All right. So you should be seeing the two images of the type of pet toys that we see with the dog balls. And so the first thing it wants us to do is it wants us to use a strategy. And so if I'm thinking about this first image here, I know that it reminds me of an array. Now remember that an array is made up of columns up and down and rows across, right? So the first thing I want to do is I want to think about how many are going down. What's the column? What's the rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on my paper, I'm going to write the number 6. And now I know that for an array, it's rows times column. So now I'm going to count my columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 6 groups of 5 for the first one. I'm just going to put an equal sign. Now I'm going to look at the second picture. If I go down first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of, and then I'm going to count across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know that 6 times 5 and 5 times 6 is the same because of the commutative property. So when I'm thinking about these multiplication facts, the product is going to be the same. The factors are just in different orders. The commutative property says you can multiply factors in any order and get the same product. I know that 6 groups of 5 is going to be the easiest for my brain because I can just count by 5s and I can use skip counting. So right now, pause the video and skip count by 5s 6 times. Hopefully you were able to do that. So I'm going to show you something that I like to do if I'm skip counting by 5s. The first thing I'm going to do is this first number, I'm going to make 6 blanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is going to help me know how many 5s. So now I'm just going to skip count. Count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So if I use skip counting, my answer is 30. And we know that if 6 times 5 is 30, then 5 times 6 is 30. So if I go back to my picture, I had 2 different kinds of balls. Looks like there's baseballs, and then it also looks like there might be some, it almost looks like pool balls. So maybe they're like those squishy ones, you know, the ones that make noise. So if I want to know how many dog toy balls they have, I would need to do 6 times 5 plus 5 times 6. 6 times 5 plus 5 times 6. So I'm going to take 30 and I'm going to add 30 plus 30, and that is going to give me 60. So the strategy that I used was skip counting and the commutative property, and then I just added. All right, friends, on the next slide, you're going to have a picture from the pet store that's going to look like this. And we have to figure out how many of these toy ropes there are. So figure out how many toy ropes there are in all. Then go to the next slide for the video and I'll explain to you how to solve